Hello everyone and welcome to game 3 or game 4 in the series. This is game 4 in a best of 5 series. I believe JN has a 2-1 lead in this best of 5 series. Game 3 going very long. Both heroes of Mountain King and Warden able to get to level 6, getting the ultimate abilities. Avatar versus Avatar of Vengeance. Avatar of Vengeance very powerful. But then it didn't really work out against JN, as JN had already transitioned away from Footmen and was using mass Goblin Shredders almost. 12 food of Goblin Shredders constantly attacking and being repaired. Nicely done there, never really getting into casters. Instead using Peasants to heal those units or repair those units, and it turned out to be a pretty interesting matchup up until the very end. The Warden towards the end was purposely killing sheep in order to get more skeletons on the ground, and that was just a rather cute play there. As the game does get underway, it looks as though, yes, a farm is going to be built right next to the Moonwell. More of a scout farm than anything else. Rather annoying, but other than being annoying, it doesn't do very much sitting there. It does do a bit of scouting, so he will know whenever a hero does teleport back, or be able to keep track or keep tabs on that hero. And you may wonder, why doesn't the hero just take out the scout farm? Well, the problem is that it does have 500 hit points, and on top of that, it has a decent amount of armor, and it has fortified armor at that. So heroes actually deal less damage to fortified armor if you take a look at all the stats and all the numbers. And then the other units of choice, either early archers, do not deal a lot of damage at a farm either. So the farm does take a lot of damage before it is destroyed. But let's go ahead and talk about the game now. Infi continuing to get in a little bit of creeping. It is going to be a Warden versus a Mountain King. Yes, Mountain King about to pop out. We should perhaps see a bit of militia creeping. There we go. Interesting enough, JN has always gotten a scout tower in the game, but it has decided not to get a scout tower this time. We'll see if that comes back to bite him, as we now have the kobolds and perhaps a long-distance stormbolt to take out that Geomancer. Most likely what we will see is the mercenary will try to hire up a Troll Shadow Priest. The Troll Shadow Priest will heal up that Mountain King. The Mountain King with 2 base armor now getting healed, as the militia going after the Renegade Wizard. Nicely done there. Meanwhile, the Warden now making her way across the map has Claws of Attacks +6. So that is going to be a very good harassing unit, but there's really no way to get inside this wall here unless the Warden actually went for Blink first. Warden now coming in is going to take a look around, sees, and now blinks straight inside the base. Warden now going after the peasants. Militia now being called over. The Warden will not be able to chase, but an archer now coming in as well. Back over here, the Mountain King, seeing that level 2 does have boots of speed, but now needs to get back home. The Warden causing perhaps a little bit delay in the harvester lumber, harvesting of lumber, as the militia are being used to call off to fight off that Warden. The Warden now down to 369 hit points, but has a decent amount of armor. The Footmen now trying to make their way in, and the Warden able to get a very easy blink and escape away once more. We'll see what this Warden does do. We also see that there is one peasant down over here. Ancient of War is being established over here by this set of mercenary camps, as the Warden simply just shadow melded next to all of these peasants, militia, footmen, and Mountain King. We'll see what this Warden decides to do here. The Warden gonna go after some peasants. The peasants already down to 146 hit points. No boots of speed though, as the Warden should perhaps be able to get 1 or perhaps 2 peasant kills. There is we gonna get a peasant kill? Yes, there's 1 peasant kill. A second peasant kill could be coming in, but now this archer may be in trouble. Yes, it takes a Stormbolt, and the Stormbolt quickly takes it out, and now JN may be forced to fight close to home, as the Warden has just been causing a nightmare inside the base here. JN now finally being forced to establish this scout tower in order to push away this Warden. But more importantly, the Mountain King now going up against a Huntress. The Mountain King perhaps getting a quick bash there. They're now going to be trying to chase after the units. There is a Troll Berserker trying to run away. The Huntress could get some easy damage onto that Mountain King. The Mountain King still attempting to run away. And more importantly, though, JN is unable to establish his fast expansion. He cannot militia creep out this location here, otherwise that would cause problems. Mountain King and Huntresses now battling it out. And this would be interesting if the Mountain King now comes in, gets in another bash. The Mountain King now attempting to pull away once more. The Warden is still here, causing problems, and now the footmen now actually feel confident to run away, as we now see the militia are being called down over here. The Mountain King taking a little bit of damage. It looks as though the Mountain King does have dust of appearance, as the Warden now going back and to try to take down more of these units. You can see that the Warden is currently still shadow melded, as we have more militia and footmen making their way down. Mountain King still sitting at level 2, may get to level 3. The Warden, I don't know how many kills that Warden actually has so far, how much damage can be dealt, as they're now perhaps going to be trying to go after this farm. The farm taking a little bit of damage. The Warden able to blink to the backside here, and now looking to get even more damage still. This one farm down to 273 hit points, as the Mountain King now returns. We should be getting a Stormbolt. No, in comes a quick bash, as the Warden unable to blink away. Infi may lose the Warden. No, decides to use a Scroll of Town Portal instead. Are all of these units, yes, close enough? They are exactly close enough. And they are all able to return back home. Infi not doing all too well. He will be able to take out this scout farm finally, as JN is establishing his own town hall he will be building a town hall, and also going to be building the scout tower here. Perhaps that raccoon was in the way. Finally building this town hall here. The peasants should be working overtime, finishing up the arcane vault, the scout tower, and establishing this 2 base for JN. JN currently sitting at level 3 on his Mountain King. The Warden still sitting at level 1, but this is a very large Huntress army. Infi now sitting at 43 food. Meanwhile, it is only 37, and that is a lot more militia, as now an Ancient of Protector now being built. The Ancient of Protectors are going to get cancelled. It looks as though the Huntress does get stunned, but all of this bounce damage is going to be a bit of a problem. One low hip or one Arcane Tower nowhere near ready to be completed, as now we see more towers being established. So far, a lot of damage has been dealt. The Mountain King now out of mana, and now a quick blink going straight after the Troll Shadow Priest, as the Huntresses are now trying to focus down more units. So Warden could take down the Troll Shadow Priest. It looks like that will happen. Wait for it. There we go. Now sitting at level 2 on the Warden. The Arcane Tower is about to be completed. One Ancient Protector goes down. A second Ancient Protector canceled once more, as the Ancient Protectors are now trying to run away. The Ancient Protectors are simply absorbing damage now, but the Huntress is dealing a lot, and now in comes a Fan of Knives. JN in trouble, as the Fan of Knives are going to deal a lot of damage to all of these low hit point units here, and maximum of 400, as the Huntress is now attempting to pull back. Are we perhaps going to get a little bit of healing? I don't know where the Warden is at this stage. The Warden, picking up some additional units here. JN losing some more units, and now we see that the Peon's going to get taken down. Infi does have one Troll Berserker. More slow is being cast. Infi now able to get a slow off on JN's Ogre Mauler. That's going to give even more level and experience to that Warden, as that Warden now should get very, very close to level 3. Level 2 Fan of Knives would be an absolute nightmare to deal with, as multiple units would get destroyed. You can see another Troll Shadow Priest was taken out. There is a Stormbolt. No blink to dodge it. Infi not using blink to dodge bolt. Not quite sure why, as the Huntresses are now engaging. The Huntresses going after footmen. This does not look good, though. Perhaps some more Ancient Protectors or Moonwells could be established, as we now have an Arcane Vault being built down over here. Huntress is looking to engage again. There is not that many units. The poor Warden could try to blink and Fan of Knives. I believe she does have enough. There's a Fan of Knives getting in some damage across some more footmen. 2 more footmen go down, as the militia once again re-engage. The poor Warden, though, now out of mana, down to 10 or 11 mana there, but the Huntress is still causing a lot of problems. No riflemen to really counter them, no guard towers, as Mountain King gets in a quick bash. The Huntress is now attempting to back off down to 23 hit points. Peasant's going to get taken down. It get canceled, and now we do have one Huntress falling. Back over here, we still see the footman going after the wisp of Infi, so he's unable to hire any more units. The Huntress is now making their way out to the north, perhaps going to trap a couple more footmen in transit. No, that footman able to run strictly by, and now in comes another Troll Shadow Priest. The Troll Shadow Priest may be able to keep alive all of these Huntresses still. We can see that the Warden is coming back into the game. He does have 100, or she does have 119 mana. In come the Huntresses once more, and that one low hit point Huntress does run away again, as the Ancient of Protectors are going to move and then reroute themselves in order to deal more damage again. Mountain King can't really engage this Arcane Vault, not yet done, and Infi, who was behind, decided to continue with that pressure, and the pressure is really starting to show cracks in JN's natural expansion. There is pretty much nothing here any longer. JN now tries to hire up a Mud Golem. More units now going to be making their way off to the north. This is essentially an all-in defense. A lot of militia being called over. There is only one peasant, or two peasants currently mining. You can see that the Ancient and Protectors are trying to fight back against all of these militia. A Fan of Knives could come in. No, the Fan of Knives already used. There is a Potion of Invisibility and using a Scroll of Healing first. So that Warden's still alive at this stage. Now at level 4, is it going to be enough? The Potion of Invisibility, we're going to get a Fan of Knives. Yes, more Fan of Knives, taking down even more of these units. Huntresses, both sides low on hit points. And where did the Warden go? The Warden decided to blink away, as the Huntresses now backing off again. We still see one Ancient and Protector lobbing rocks, lobbing these boulders. And now we're going to see perhaps more footmen getting destroyed. Another footman does go down. The Troll Shadow Priest coming back over to heal the Warden. Another Ancient of Wonders and destroyed. So many resources lost in buildings as they get destroyed. But now all of the footmen now trying to run away from those Huntresses. Huntresses move very, very quickly, deal a lot of damage. Troll Shadow or Troll Berserker quickly going to get destroyed, but at the cost of a couple footmen. And right now, Infi can exchange very, very easily. Warden still getting healed, doesn't have enough mana. 3 low hit point footmen and no arcane. Oh, there is one arcane vault, but hasn't really been able to purchase anything yet. A glaive thrower now being added into this, as peasants are going to get destroyed. It looks like the arcane vault will go down. Will the Mountain King be able to pick up anything is the question. No, unable to pick up anything at all. That was the key opportunity, as the Warden now very, very happy, sitting at 75 mana. We'll get to level 5 in just a moment. Level 3 Fan of Knives, and that's going to be all she wrote for those footmen. The footmen are going to say good night here. I do believe this is going to be everything, as they constantly were just able to run away from that Ancient Protector. The Warden getting to level 5. There's the Fan of Knives, and I believe that will be GG, as... Oh, wait. Fan of Knives trained the Fan of Knives after getting level 5. Haha. So it wasn't a level 3 Fan of Knives attack. It was a level 2. I was wondering why more units didn't fall, but Infi takes the win here as we now go into a game 5. So Infi with early pressure punishing JN, who didn't go for a quick arcane tower, able to stop JN from really doing that much creeping, and then was able to use 2 Ancient of War, producing a lot of Huntresses, and then coupling that with Fan of Knives, knowing that his opponent would primarily be using footmen and militia. The glaive bounce damage, in addition to the Warden's Fan of Knives, was simply too much, as Infi takes the win over JN. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.